Drinking water. For something that makes up more than half of your total body, the consumption of water, sadly, in society is not as important for people as it should be. If I were to ask you guys, out of all of you, how many have drank at least one full water bottle in the last 24 hours? Unfortunately, because of the current situation we are in, I cannot see the results, but I would have guessed it wouldn't be all of you. Like I mentioned, I did cross country in high school. I also done track and field and soccer. So for the past 8 years of my life, I dedicated all this time to sports, and throughout that time, I learned the importance that water has to living a healthy life, and not just in sports, is overall in general. People should be drinking enough water every day because, like I said, it is essential to live a healthy life, and it also has a lot of benefits to it. So in this presentation, I will be talking about the dangers of not drinking enough water every day, how we can fix that, and the things we can get out of it. In a report published by WaterLogic, it was it was said that about 75% of adults in the United States currently suffer from chronic dehydration. I would say it's just because they're not drinking enough water. To put this into perspective for you guys, in a classroom of 20 students similar to ours, that would mean that about 15 out of the 20 students will currently be suffering from chronic dehydration. So, dehydration. According to WebMD, dehydration occurs when fluids leave the body either through sweating, vomiting, diarrhea, peeing, crying, any way that the body loses fluids. If the body does not recover these fluids in the proper amount of time, then the body enters a state of dehydration. If you are dehydrated, you can experience symptoms like fatigue, dry mouth, headaches, thirst, and dizziness. And if left untreated, your body can actually enter a state of shock. So I experienced mild dehydration myself, and it's just not a good experience or feeling to have overall. My mouth was always dry, my lips were always dry, and I was just constantly so tired. And actually, this is a picture that someone took of me when I accidentally fell asleep in a classroom. You can just imagine how tired I must have felt to actually fall asleep on a classroom floor. And my classmates actually decided to play a little prank on me. And you can actually see the big old water jug that I used to carry every day, and sometimes that was just not enough. I also seen the more severe effects of dehydration during cross country practice. I saw a lot of my teammates that had to be picked up because their bodies could just not carry on. They were just so dehydrated. So on the same research by WaterLogic, they recommended that the average adult should drink about half a gallon or about 8 cups of water per day. However, the average American falls nowhere near that number. It's actually been recorded that the average American only drinks about 1.8 cups of water per day. So Dr. Josh Aggs, a certified nutritionist, he says, and I quote, proper hydration is so key to your overall health, and number one, it does start with water. Your number one goal should be this. So I decided to do my presentation on this issue because it's just so overlooked by people. It affects everyone. Everyone can be affected by this. We say things like, I didn't drink water today, I'll just drink water tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, but the water never comes. And you say the same thing the next day and the next day, and it just becomes a really bad pattern. Actually, if you're breathing, your body is losing water. According to the offline clinic, your lungs actually filter out small portions of water from your blood, and whenever you speak or breathe, your body loses that water. And a little side note, fun fact that I learned during my research was that during wintertime, whenever you speak and you see the fog come out when you're pretending to smoke cigarette, we all done that. That's actually the warm water leaving your body. So if you breathe, speak, you're losing water. Like I said, everyone's affected by this. Everyone sweats, everyone pees, everyone cries, everyone vomits. Some people even do this in the same day. So everyone's affected by it. So you're not safe. The positive side to this issue is that there is a solution, and it just requires small determination from yourself and a water bottle. Fortunately enough, we live in a country where drinkable water is fairly accessible. You can even drink tap water. In most states, some other states are not safe, but that's a whole another issue. So I propose that you set up a routine with steps that you can follow every day. Eventually you'll be drinking water every day, and as you drink the proper amount of water, the risk and danger of dehydration and other health related issues will basically be zero, almost none. So I recommend that the first thing you do is figure out how much water you actually need. Some people drink enough water every day, and good for you, you're already ahead of the game. But there's some people that drink little to almost no water every day, so there's a lot of work to be done there. So I recommend that you set up a goal, and it's very important that you stick to that goal of how much water you want to drink every day. You can start off with one sip of water, that's fine. 1 cup of water, one water bottle, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But like I said, it's very important that you stick to that goal every day. And eventually, when you get comfortable enough drinking water every day, you can gradually keep adding to your water intake. From 1 cup of water, you can go to 2 to 3, and so on. And eventually, drinking water will be a daily part of your life. If you stick to this routine, you'll eventually see the wonderful benefits that water can offer for you. According to medical news today, if you stick to this plan, you will eventually feel more energized. It lubricates the joints so you feel younger. It nourishes the brain so you think better. Actually, it has been reported that if you do not drink enough water, your brain actually shrinks a little bit. So that just shows how important, how critical this issue is. And it also helps your skin keep looking young, so that's another great benefit from it. However, if you do not stick to this goal, there are some dangers that you're exposing yourself to. Besides dehydration, according to Step 2 Health, if you do not drink enough water, there's a danger of premature aging, poor blood pressure, cholesterol, and even brain damage. Like I said, so your brain shrinks if you do not get enough water. So we live in a very complicated world. I know so myself. It's very hard to keep track of everything we do, our health, and especially how much water we drink. However, most of us are drinking nowhere near the amount of water that is recommended, and this can lead to health issues. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not even in 20 years, but eventually the day will catch up to you when these health issues will come. As college students, we are here making personal sacrifices. We're waking up early. Sometimes we're working even 3 jobs. We skip meals. We take really hard classes. All this to make the best version of us possible. However, what good is doing all these sacrifices if we often disregard one of the most important things, which is our health? Remember that you're about 65% water, so let's try to keep it that way every day. Thank you.